So now I'm gonna get into just some minor issues. And here's the minor issue number one. I am actually not sure if this is an issue, because it gets a lot worse because of the input delay. But I'm gonna call it semi-unanti-airable moves. Like moves that are you need to be so specific to anti-air to succeed. Like you need to be so specific that it's not even worth going for, I feel. For example, Ken's airborne EX Tatsu and Bison's EX Devil Traverse, and I think Kami's EX Die Kick is kind of the same thing. Vega's EX Barcelona, but that is a bit different though, because you can actually, it's quite easy to react with air to air on that. But anyway, I just feel that why do you have to be so goddamn specific to anti-air these moves? I feel that when you activate one of these moves, you don't have to care anymore. You can just do the move and don't care. That's the feeling I get. But as I said, it might be fixed if you get rid of the input delay, or if it gets a lot smaller, because then you would actually be able to react with more specific anti-airs and stuff. So it might not be something that you would have to change. It might just become okay without the input delay. Okay. Next issue. This is important. This is really important. There is no difference when it comes to animation or sound effects when you hit your opponent with a counter hit. Let's say I'm playing Nash and I'm hitting my opponent with crouching medium punch, and it causes a counter hit. There is no difference whatsoever, animation-wise or sound-wise. And that is dumb. Yes, I can see at the side of the screen that it says counter hit. There's a message that says counter hit, but it is weird to keep track of whether it's a counter hit or not by looking at the end, like looking at the side of the screen. What if you're at the end of, like, what if you're at the right end of the stage and you are the left player? Okay, now it's mirrored. Okay, but there really should be an animation or a different sound when you cause a counter hit, so you can intuitively follow it up with like a counter hit specific combo. Like if I want to go with crouching medium punch into standing fierce with Nash, there should be a stronger or more clear cue that it's a counter hit. Another animation, well, that would take a lot more work, but another sound or another particle effect, that's easy enough to fix, right? Just something that makes it more clear and that it's more intuitive to react to that it's a counter hit, so I can follow up with something else. And I'm not speaking of crush counters here. Crush counters is a totally different thing. Okay, and next minor issue. I'm actually not sure of how much an issue this is. This is more of an annoying thing and tedious and boring thing. Anti-air lights, or anti-air jabs and light kicks. I wouldn't necessarily call it a problem. I would like to say that anti-air jabs just makes the game boring to experience. Like if your opponent is realizing, oh, I forgot to anti-air with my real anti-air, I'll just go jab. Yeah, I'll just go jab, and then I can cross under and have a mix-up, because it always works because there's so much input delay. So this might, if you fix the input delay, anti-air jabs and anti-air light kicks might not be as annoying. Of course not. But why I would like it to be gone is because I feel it makes the characters really, really what's the word I'm looking for here? Unoriginal, I feel. I don't feel like it doesn't make them original. That is my main reason why I don't want them. I just feel they are a boring, totally boring addition to Street Fighter V. And if people would just go for their real anti-airs, it would be more interesting to watch. and play. Next issue. This is a funny thing. You are not able to pick character when you're playing casual matches in Street Fighter V. What? Why? It is a casual match. I should be able to pick characters. Come on. I don't even have to explain this. It's obvious. I should be able to pick my character if I'm playing a casual match. Come on. On to next issue. I don't feel very confident that Capcom are gonna do this, but the connection bars, please. We've had these sucky connection bars for 8 years since the start of Street Fighter 4. They are not reliable, right? Give us ping bars. Ping bars. It existed in Street Fighter Third Strike, which was not ported by Capcom, so it does make sense. But it's possible. It's absolutely possible. If you can't do it, just hire someone to do it. Give us ping bars. For God's sake. So much more reliable, so much more specific, so much better. We don't want these sucky ass bars. Okay. Issue number 4. Too long loading times, overall. But I think this might be fixed after Capcom Pro Tour, because it's quite obvious that it's very much loading, a lot of loading in Street Fighter V, and it's Street Fighter V. It doesn't deserve to have these horrible loading times. The most annoying thing is when you're playing training mode and you're searching for matches. And then you get your match, you play your match, and then you re-enter training mode. But then you have to watch this versus screen with the two characters against each other, which takes like 10 to 15 seconds, something like that. And that thing makes me not want to host in training mode. So I just sit in the main menu hosting there, because if I do that, I don't have to watch that loading screen. So optimizing or like making the loading time smaller would be a very good thing. Definitely. And here is the last minor issue. This is we've talked about this for so long now. Rage quitting. Yes, they have done a few things to fix this, but I still don't understand. Why do you not lose points when you disconnect? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I have no words. Obviously. What reason can there be? Like, oh, if you accidentally pull out your plug, or you accidentally get disconnected for some reason, you would lose your points. Yeah. You would. But how often does that happen? It's really not that often. And it's not worth it. It's not worth going through the frustrations of fighting these players who rage quit. And the worst feeling ever is when you play against someone and you're about to win and they rage quit, then you keep searching for your next opponent and you end up with the same person. And you feel like there's no point at all playing against this person because you know he's gonna rage quit on you. It is the worst feeling ever. You're in this situation where either you don't care, you drop the controller and you lose, or you play to win, only to have your opponent rage quit on you. It blows. And I have seen fewer rage quitters in the latest. Absolutely. So it might be getting better and better. I'm not sure though. But I think I think the rage quitter should lose points. Absolutely. Okay, so those were the issues I feel should be taken into consideration in Street Fighter V. Now I will just go into no wait, that's not all issues. Here are some minor fixes that can be done easily, quickly. First off, this is not this isn't in a very sensible order or anything. This is just a list I have right here with various things. Okay, number one, color previews. Like when you buy colors in the store, you want to be able to see what the color looks like on your character. And now Capcom might be like, but you can if you buy it. But you can just Google. You can just Google on the color. And most people are gonna Google when they buy colors because they don't want to spend Zenny fight money on buying a color that he or she doesn't like. So just add color previews so we know what we're buying. Another fix. Well, okay, this might not be as easy to do, but this is quite funny. You remember when we got Ultra Street Fighter 4? After 6 years of tweaking with that game, we finally got offline replays. We were finally able to log the local matches into a log and save them and watch them. And now we have Street Fighter 5 and we don't have offline replays. And this might be because the game is in alpha. Still though, it's laughable in my opinion that we just got on offline replays and now we get this new game and it doesn't have it. Same thing with next thing. Online training mode. That's something we got in Ultra. But we don't have it in Street Fighter 5. But maybe it's coming up, I don't know. Anyway, it should be in the game. Absolutely. Next thing. This is just a tedious thing. It is a pain to watch a replay or to find a replay in Street Fighter 5. First, you have to go into your fighter profile, which you almost never use. And then you go into this section where you find your battle log, which takes like 15 seconds to buffer and load. And you finally find your replay. But you cannot watch it instantly. You have to add it to your replay list first. And then go out, and then go into replay list, and then play replay. So what I'm saying is, okay, keep the fighter profile thing, keep the battle log thing. You might fix the loading times, it might not be that big of a deal, but let us watch a replay without adding the replay to a list. We didn't have to watch we didn't have to do that in Street Fighter 4. We could just find a replay and watch it instantly. We never had to add it to a list in order to watch it. So just let us watch them without adding them. Okay, enough with replays. Here is another thing which is really annoying, but I've gotten used to it. But it made me rage so hard at the beginning, like it made me mad every day. When you are in training mode and you set you make your settings, like oops, I hope this video doesn't get muted by this. Where was I? Yeah, when you go into training mode and you choose your settings and you train in training mode, and then you go out to the main menu because you needed to do something. Then you go back into training mode and you need to do the settings all over again. every time. It's so tedious. So please, just a memory function. Just let the settings be where they are when you go out to the main menu, so we don't have to do it every single time. It's so annoying. And same thing with Battle Lounge searching or creating. Like when you want to search for a Battle Lounge, which you never want to do nowadays because it doesn't work. It's like you can see no flags, you can't see any connections, you can't see anything. But anyway, you choose your settings, you search, you don't find anything. You go back to the main menu, you do something else, then you decide, okay, let's search again, and you have to you have to do the settings again. This was not a problem in Street Fighter 4. The settings were there. The game memorized your settings, so you didn't have to do it every time. This should also be obvious. Like, it's user friendliness. That is something that this game really lacks. User friendliness. And it is certainly because it's in alpha. Pretty much. I understand that. I'm just making clear that please fix this. Because it's so annoying to deal with. Oh, and this is obvious. Well, yeah, what I just said, Battle Lounge search should work. We should be able to see the flags, we should be able to see the connections, but also we should be able to filter skill level, and we should be able to filter connection. Right? Just filter like league-wise. Like I would only want to play players from Gold League to Platinum League or something like that, and I would like the connection to be over 90 ping or whatever. Okay, I'm not I don't know ping numbers at all, but being able to filter the connection you'd like and the skill level on your opponent. And here's the last fix, I believe. This is not something I have experienced a lot, but I heard from a viewer of mine that if you play Street Fighter 5 on PC and you encounter a player playing on PS4, there is no way to chat with a player. Like you can in Battle Lounge, you can choose all these lines, right? Like GG's, good game, thank you, goodbye, have a nice day, whatever. But there is no way to add the player anywhere and chat with that player. And I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to fix this, but it should be fixable or doable in some way. I'm just pointing out that it's an issue, okay?